Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Phil Anaya. We're following some developing news. A DPS trooper has been shot and taken to the hospital after chasing a suspect. It happened around 3 this afternoon in Bexar County along I-10. We have team coverage starting with Eyewitness News reporter Sue Calberg, who is live at the scene with the very latest. Sue, what can you tell us?
You are looking at the car that started this entire situation here in Bexar County. DPS troopers say that the driver of this car was stopped on a traffic stop. He gave false information. When they tried to arrest him, he resisted. He jumped in the car. He took off. He got involved in a wrong-way chase out on I-10, which came to a stop right here in the Graytown area. When the traffic chase came to a stop right here on I-10, the driver was westbound in the eastbound lanes, and he got out of the car. DPS says he got out of the car, traded fire, shot the trooper. The trooper shot back. There were 2 troopers involved, but only one fired a shot. Both the trooper and the suspect were shot, and they didn't have any updates on conditions, but suffice it to say that this has been a major scene here on I-10 with both main lanes, east and westbound, completely closed to traffic for more than an hour. So the backup is extensive, and that's where my colleague Henry Ramos is, and he has more information about the backup on I-10 caused by this DPS shootout.
That is right, Sue. So since I've been out here, we're at the McDonald's in Shell, so I'm just kind of a few yards away from you. I'm going to try to step aside here and show you. Of course, just a few minutes ago, they actually just cleared this I-10 frontage road where there was a bunch of cars just one after another. But you see this officer here on this road. What he is doing is he is directing a lot of people who are now flowing into this Shell gas station in this McDonald's as they're trying to figure out now their next route. I've talked to at least a couple of drivers. One, Wanda, who's actually taking off as I speak right now. She's a grandmother sitting in her car with all her grandkids. She just finished the Stock Show Rodeo. She was in her car in line on I-10 for about a couple of hours. So now she just stopped at McDonald's to grab some dinner. They're on their way home, which is about another 2.5 hours away. But it's really the frustration that a lot of these drivers are feeling right now because, you know, they weren't planning on this. But by any means, every single driver that I have spoken with do send their thoughts and prayers to that trooper and to their family, of course, everyone involved. Now, I just spoke with this officer, what he is directing for people to do since we're off the I-10 frontage road. And let me read this for you to make sure that I do get it correct. We're on the East Charles William Anderson Loop. So that is the road that is going this way. He is directing people to go to 1346, but I will say I just did it on my phone. If you do Google Maps, it will give you an alternate direction. But of course, going that direction, you're going to have patience again because a lot of people are heading in that direction since I-10 will be closed. I also just asked him just minutes ago, how long is this expected to be closed? Of course, that is time to tell. DPS is in charge of the scene, as my colleague Sue Calberg pointed out. So SAPD right now at this point is just having to do traffic patrol, and that is what they're doing in every single corner, every single facet here, because you've got cars coming from every direction. They've got it covered. That's the very latest. We'll go ahead and send it back to you, Phil, in the studio.